Pedo protector Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi just got fired by Donald Trump. Guys, remember pedo protector Pam Bondi? Yeah, she's fired. She's gone. Today, April 2nd, 2026. She's gone. Bada bing, bada boom. She's out of here. Look how sad she looks. She looks sad. Listen, this is Pam Bondi. Is she, on the piece of shit level? I think, she's up there, but not really, right? I mean, okay, one thing, protecting pedos, right? Global child eating pedos, right? That's pretty high, Pam. That's pretty high, right? And also weaponizing the DOJ is another no-no, right? So you get two big hits, two big hits in terms of hate. She's not really that nasty, right? I mean, it's kind of sad to say because the standard's pretty freaking, pretty low to not be called a hateful creature of the lagoon, right? When it comes to these guys, you know what I mean? When it comes to these guys. So Pam is not, I honestly don't think Pam, in terms of like deep down inside as a person, right? Like she is a, piece of shit, right? I honestly think, look, guys, in America, right? Career, it's all vanity. Everyone's searching, in terms of like career. The career is everything, bro. You go on a dating scene, all they talk about is the career, this, career, that. I mean, she worked, she's worked her ass off to get where she is, and it kind of sucks. She got sucked into this. She got radicalized, right, by the right, extremists. And now, she became a pawn, right? So Pam, Miss Bondi. Oh, by the way, before I go my little tangent that nobody listens to. So, so Donald Trump, basically, he said, she's out of here. She's gone, blah, blah, blah. I think she's going to transition into a more important role in the private sector, which is very interesting, right? Very interesting, okay? Because what does that mean? Transition to a more important role to what she was doing in the private sector? Yeah, guys, nothing's going to happen to her. Right? I mean, we saw with freaking Dick Cheney, one of the biggest pieces of shit, architect of murdering millions and millions of people, piece of shit. Nothing happened. No charges, nothing, right? I mean, he is burning in hell, right? Everybody got their time written, But anyways, so she's going to transition. She's probably going to go work for, one of these big consulting firms, right? Get more than a 6-figure paycheck, a golden parachute on the way to, right? She'll be fine. Right? People forget about it and, she'll move out. But one thing, I think she might not forget about herself is she was literally protecting pedophiles, guys. Remember? She had the Epstein file on her desk, she said. She was the one in charge, guys. She knows. Look at those eyes. She knows. She's seen things. She knows who's in it, what they did, everything. That is a soul that is suffering, guys. We have to help Pamela. We have to. I talk a lot of shit, right? But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all human beings, right? Everybody's going through shit. So I think we have to help Pamela, extend the arm, make sure she's okay. Because look at those eyes. She's sad. Her soul is going back and forth. Things she's seen, she protected. That's crazy, bro. You protected not even pedophiles, the most disgusting, bro, murderers, raping pedophiles. And look how dirty they did you. They just said bye, see ya. And now, you're ousted by your own, little Nazi tribes. And now you're coming into the public. Everyone's gonna look at you as a pedo protector, Nazi pedo protector. That's bad. She's gonna suffer. Yeah, she might get a high executive job position somewhere, right? Everyone's still going to look at her like, man, especially guys, in these coming years, maybe end of this year or whatnot, Epstein files, a lot of things are going to be exposed. A lot of things are going to start, it's going to create an earthquake, guys, and I'll talk about that later. Man, I do feel bad for Pam. I do feel bad for her. Not as much, but I do. Okay. Even though she weaponized the DOJ and she said any hate speech, the DOJ will come after you. Hate speech towards them, guys, not towards anybody else, not towards blacks, Mexicans, Jews, Muslims, anyone else, gays, nothing. No. If it's any speech they don't like, they would, that will weaponize the DOJ and come knocking on your door, right? So Pamela, do I give her a pass? I think she's suffering enough. Look at those sad eyes. You worked all your career, right? You thought, you're going through life, building something for yourself, waking up at 5, going to bed, trying to do something. America's a big hustle, it's a big grind, okay? And all that to just end like this, man. It's sad, guys. It's sad. It's sad, I honestly don't think she is a freaking, what's it called? A garbage, mega garbage. I think she just, career opportunities, man, got stuck with this. So Pamela, I hope, I hope you quote unquote repent and do well in your next role, and hope the next role you take is not actually hurting people, it's actually helping people, right? I don't know, guys, but yeah, anyway, she's out, Deputy Attorney General, Todd, right? You know how it goes, and take a position. You know how this crap goes, right? But we keep an eye on Pam, see how she's doing. Actually, I want to go see her ex. Because ex is ex, right? I mean, it's professional to in a sense, right? It's professional, right? There's no freaking hate propaganda bullshit, right? It's just the regular one. But I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't do research, guys. I don't do research. I talk out of my ass. Just kidding. I don't. But I don't have people to kind of do research for me. There's a lot to do. I'm a man of, there's like, what, 9 of me, guys. 9 of me. In the same body. That's crazy. Anyways. She's just talking about, right? I mean, what she's going to talk about, blah, 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 right? Anyways, guys, Pam Bondi, please tell the truth about the Epstein file, Is she going to? All right, guys, how long is this video? I want to see. Okay. Guys, something interesting too, right? Keep in mind, is she going to come out, right? Is she going to quote unquote leak what's on the Epstein file? Interesting times, guys. Interesting time. This is, if you're, I won't say having fun with this, but, it's like watching a show, right? One of those freaking shows that is like, bunch of conspiracy. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Or, if you like to, read, this is what it is. It's like a movie. Are we in a show, guys? Is this all bullshit? Are we just freaking actors? It's all just bullshit. I don't know. Who the fuck knows, right? But anyways, it'll be interesting. She might come out, might say something, right? Because, Mega was going against her too for not releasing, right? And that's the demographic, the third of Mega that are going to go against, Trump. The ones going to be labeled domestic terrorists, right? Right? They're fragmenting to 3 pieces, guys. We all know this. So, she was getting criticized by her own, her own little cult. So, anyways, interesting times. Pam, I hope you do come out and say what you saw, and repent. But yeah, that's all we got for Pamela Bondi.